How you guys doing? Let's take a look at the Poptel P10 full review after 1 year. Now the box does contain the user manual, screen protector, charger, and USB cable too. Now this device is a rugged device, which means that you'll be protected from water. It has IP68 resistancy to water, dust, and shock proof. Now, those three simple standards mean that your device is protected against bumps, shocks, scratches. Also, you're going to be able to hold it underwater for 30 minutes, at least 1.2 meters. And also, this thing will be able to withstand dusty, muddy, and even sandy environments. The fingerprint sensor on the back of the Poptel P10 acts as a mouse, which means you'll be able to scroll on web pages up or down and change songs also. Now, when it comes to gaming, I'd have to say that the Poptel P10 is definitely sufficient. Now, we are getting 2.0 gigahertz ARM Cortex A53s paired along with another 1.5 ARM Cortex A53s with the MediaTek Helio P23. Surprisingly, when I was gaming with the Poptel P10, I definitely gotta say performance was really smooth. Now we do have a ARM Mali G71 MP2 700 megahertz with 2 cores as well. The overall physics of the Poptel P10 were pretty pleasant because you were getting textured power and volume button along with another button that was textured, which was dedicated for your camera. Now you do have a nice material on the back as well, which borders rubber and aluminum too. Now let's take a look at the 13 megapixel camera, and you can see right here there's nothing to get really excited about, but honestly this was sufficient for taking photos or any type of video in day-to-day use. Talking more about the cameras, the Poptel P10 features the Sony IMX135 camera module, which is designed for phones to give you photos to be captured in high speed, high sensitivity with low noise and low power consumption. In my experience with the Poptel camera on the rear, which is a 13 megapixel, it had autofocus, and honestly I could say that the photos were pretty decent. Now there wasn't anything special about the cameras, but overall I could honestly say that they did capture some pretty good color. But honestly, you did need some really good light to capture an ideal image with the best of detail, focus, and actual depth and detail. But as you can see here, even in low light, it definitely did a pretty decent job too, and the video camera was sufficient for sports or anything like that. Now when it came to the autofocus, the camera did take a bit of time to zoom in and out, but eventually that focal lens, when you moved it really quickly, autofocus did catch up. When it came to the settings inside of the camera interface, you basically had a beginner setup here with no pro modes, extra features, except for some filters and panorama mode. Now you did get the selfie timer as well as picture size and also ZSD and anti-flicker as well. But the fact that this thing had 4 gigabytes of internal memory and 64 gigabytes of internal storage meant that it was going to be able to play high performance games and basically keep up in day-to-day performance. And basically you could use this thing basically as a gaming phone because 2K20 was one of the games that gave a lot of people hard times, even in the higher tiers. But I guess this one is really optimized because I had no problems with it whatsoever. So as you can see, you could definitely ball out and catch a few hoops, catch a few buckets. And this game even was configured with the gamepad too, so that meant that all you had to do was link it up to your device, pair it up to the phone and the controller, and it was ready to go. Now in other areas, such as the build, it definitely had a lot of grip right there. You got the Poptel logo right there on the back, 13 megapixel. You can see right here it has like these metallic frame too and rubber borders. Now in nighttime, when it came to the footage in nighttime, I didn't have any issues with it. It was a bit muddy, which is expected, and also it did have the glare effect too. But those textured buttons were definitely sick. I like how you didn't have to use the SIM tray and remover. You could just pull it out with that little grip. And this thing did have IP 68 water resistancy, so basically you could hold it underwater for 30 minutes for as low as 1.2 meters. So you can see that in nighttime the footage wasn't the most desirable ever, but you were getting a really nice build quality for somebody who works outdoors, or like let's say you were like in construction, or maybe you were like a crossing guard or something, or maybe like a ticket pole person like outdoors or something. But any type of job that you do outdoors, this thing would definitely suit the bill. Now when it came to the battery, this thing had a 3600 milliamp hour battery, and I was getting 15 hours out of one day and 7 hours of SOT with 5% left. Software updates are scarce on this device. You do get one initially, and after that, pretty much we're just gonna be waiting. Hopefully we do get more. But let's just test out some of the audio quality on this device. I definitely gotta say it's pretty decent. It's not the worst, but it could definitely get you through if you don't want to plug in headphones. Now, when it came to social media, everything seemed to open up really quick, and the phone was very snappy as well. And you can see right here, it asks me to put my fingerprint in when you open the apps, and you do get the ability to basically protect your apps from people who actually, from the thought protection, or the the scumbag blocker. But right here we do have a ton of features, such as gesture wake, tap and wake up, slide down with 3 fingers to capture a screenshot. 2, you also can mess around and adjust the screen size and screen text, and auto rotate, and just a lot of features. But that fingerprint in the back, you can see right here, you can scroll down, and any screen you're in, it gives you the ability to scroll down on. So if you're in social media or something like that, or just like even in your app tray, like right here, it just gives you the ability to scroll like a mouse, like through anything, like a web page, or even Spotify. Let's just open up Spotify and play that real quick. And you can see like you could even switch the songs too. So I definitely thought that was pretty sick, that you can switch the song. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look at the sound quality from this device, the Poptel P10, coming directly out of the speakers. So we're gonna play a quick soundtrack from the playlist here. Let's take a listen. Alright, so overall I gotta say that the speaker quality did get loud enough for me to listen to it outdoors with. And honestly, the sound quality was sufficient and it did get plenty loud. And you do get the ability to change wallpapers. You have like a really stock Android interface as well. So it's really bare bone Android with barely any few changes to the system except for that little home key button, which erases the bottom touch buttons. But then when they disappear, you don't have any way to go back. So I always just activate that because they disappear anyway. But that's actually pretty cool too. Now, honestly, this device reminds me of the Samsung Galaxy Active series because you can use it outdoors and it has a lot of features too. And it's a really nice device when it comes to durability. And if you're a type of person who uses your phone outside a lot, I could definitely recommend it because I definitely plan on going to the beach a lot with this thing in the future. But thank you guys for staying locked in, and I'll check you guys on the next video. And hit the like button if you found it helpful, and hit the bell as well to get notified later.